Hi guys, I've made this video because that's the best way to send a message across. So keen, when you're watching it, you can go back and forth on the video. If you're not clear anything, please review the video back and then this time I need everything in a clear and a proper order. Now if you look at the current sheet, so I've been struggling for this sheet. So if you look at this sheet, it's very confusing. First of all, it's a February to March. It's not even February to March, it has to be a May. So okay, this is a little thing, but this is not what I'm more confused about. For example, if you look at the first the template that I sent you, there are some information is missing here. So you need a tracking number, who delivered. Like if you look at this sheet, in this section you have order numbers, which I can understand. You have the customer, the name and the customer details. Okay, you get it. And when you're moving into this part, all right, so let's say this is the cost, the item cost, this is the delivery fee, and this is the total of that, and this will be the profit. However, when you move to this side, I don't find any data like who shipped this item, who delivered this item, and who did this, and then it's very confusing. So the first template that I given you, it has information like the source, SpeedX, who delivered this, and what's the status, and if there is a tracking number, so on and so forth. So what I've done, I've made a new template, and so this will be the new template, and I am going to work with a developer. It's a software developer, so in the future, so the entire this program will be hosted in a software. So we're going to convert this into a software. I've been using a couple of softwares. Just want to show you quickly. So what I'm working with a developer is just to create it's okay, so it's an internet issue, but anyway, now what I'm trying to accomplish, what I'm going to put this in a cloud system. So all the data, you will be able to edit and do it. So it will be online. So this will be the sheet, because if you look at this sheet, I'll talk about the problems in the sheet. We have no idea. We have no idea who shipped this item. We don't know who shipped this item. Like for example, take this item. Who shipped this item? We don't know who shipped it, and there's no status whether it's been delivered or not. Furthermore, it's getting more confusion. If you go further down, it's getting like for example this one, waiting for fulfillment. If it's waiting for a fulfillment, which means we don't know whether it's being completed or not. So what's the point having this data into this final sheet? So this item may not have even delivered. So why are we having the data in this sales and profit sheet? It shouldn't have that, because this item did not deliver to the customer. That's why it's saying waiting for a fulfillment. And it gets worse. If you go down, it says again waiting for stock. So if it's a waiting for stock, which means this hasn't delivered, or this item haven't delivered yet. So how do we add those data into a accounting sheet? Think about this way, like you're just saying in the future you're going to sell this, but then you've already received the payment from the customer. You haven't received the payment from the customer because we haven't sold this item yet. This is a confusion. So you can't add that price here. And second of all, we can't just add, and we don't know what's the delivery charge and so on and so forth for this item. Alright, so it gets worse. waiting for stock again, and on this side it's get more confusion. If you look at here, it's just crazy. You have RMA here, okay, and you have other expenses, and then when you go to this side, take like this one, you have a bunch of information like expenses, but when you go to this side, cancel not available. All right, if it's cancelled, it should not appear here. You shouldn't have this. If it's cancelled and then you paid for this item and then you have it in stock, is a different story. Okay, and waiting for customer confirmation. If it's waiting for customer confirmation, it shouldn't be in this list at all. That's period. So if a customer waiting for confirmation, how the hell we get 25 dirham for delivery, and how do we get this profit? It doesn't make any sense. So it's appear like this sheet being done very just like, okay, just whatever, just like a simple sheet. It shouldn't be like this, because it's to do with how much the income and how much we make. So this has to be carefully monitored and has to be really professionally should be done. So this sheet is a disaster. So we can't have this kind of a sheet. Waiting for a pickup. If it's waiting for a pickup, you can't have these prices, any of that. Doesn't make any sense. And if you return item, it should appear as income. So this is the income section as a customer sales section. It shouldn't be in expenses section, even though it has a minus. But then it's confusion when it's come to calculating in total. Furthermore, it doesn't make any sense having a different pickup and having so much like article style writings here. Okay, so it has to be a proper one. So as a solution, I'm working with a developer to host this entire system in a cloud. So it won't be Excel anymore, it will be like this. So interface will look like this, and so the king can upload all the data as a one by one, or either she can do it by using CSV form. So you have all the data, you put an Excel sheet and upload in bulk. So I'm creating that. So I'm working on that. So these are the things that I'm working on. So accounting app development. So you have I have all the information that I need to put on there, and I'm doing this and I'm working with the developer. So that's you will find maybe within a week time, or maybe 2 weeks, or maybe 3 weeks, it depending on the developer. It's going to be done in Upwork, so I'm gonna work on that and get this right. Otherwise, this sheet is a crazy disaster. We can't do accounting like this. This is crazy. Like, we don't know who delivered this, and then it gets more crazy. Like, as I said, this is delivered here, right? So the 25 dirham for this order is being charged here straight away, and then when you go here, you can find some courier charges. Fly courier paid. Doesn't make any sense. Why we have a separate courier charge when you have each and every order? We already have a courier charge. For example, I have seen a Janit courier charge. Janit, if you're watching this, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, Janit delivery charge. How the hell we can put another delivery charge on expenses section? It cannot happen. So all the delivery charges should be in one place, on up here, just like that. It cannot come this section, because it will be like a double charge. You put 25 for the order. For example, take this order. So this customer, and it's a walking customer, Abu Dhabi. How do we? I don't know how this become Abu Dhabi customer, walking customer. Doesn't make sense. Might be a telephone customer, but then at least we should have the customer name and details. And if you have a order number, it should have a customer name. Why we don't have a customer name, I don't understand. Now guys, we have to make this professional. It has to be not just a bunch of sheet, have bunch of numbers and text. It has to make sense, you know. These numbers has to be accurate, because this is, in the end of the day, this is how much we make, and this is the most important information to know when you're running a business, whether we are making money, and how much we make money in a day, and how much money we make in a week, and so on and so forth. We need to be, both of you need to pay a huge attention for these sheets. You guys can go on these sheets, but then a final sheet has to be something like this, very neat and clean, and has all the information. It shouldn't be like mumbo jumbo here. It's mumbo jumbo everywhere, like it's crazy. If you're looking at it, I can't even imagine how to work on this account system. And as a solution, as I said, it will be hosted online, so there won't be any more Excel sheet. So that's good, but it takes some time, because developer gonna take some time. So for the time being, I developed this. So Keen, you can work with Janet on this sheet. However, when you are doing accounting, you need to use this sheet. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense having this kind of a sheet. If Janet wants to work on this sheet, fine. But Janet, if you can work on this sheet with Keen, that's fantastic. But don't write nonsense. And then don't write any nonsense, because waiting for the stocks. If it's waiting for the stock, don't put it here. Simple as that. You don't need to put this order in here. Look at this. So if we are still waiting for the stock, right? So how can we charge from a customer? So this revenue that you see here is it's something that we might get it in the future. So how can we have it now? Because we haven't sold this item here. So everything should be, whatever cancelled, waiting for pickup, anything to do with it, it shouldn't be come on the accounting sheet. Accounting sheet has to be something already completed, something I've done, finished. So it shouldn't be coming up here as saying, okay, waiting for pickup, so and so forth, or waiting for stock. It doesn't make any sense, right? So now I'm going to explain to you this sheet. It's very simple, okay, and it's very, very good. So from today onwards, I mean, Keen has to do the entire month of May in this sheet in order to get correct details, because this sheet is crazy. We can't work on this sheet, right? Because you can't get any final data, like we don't know who actually picked this, who delivered this. No idea. We can't do like that. Now I'm going to explain. So no more data, no more date on this left corner. As you can see, new sheet does not have a date on left corner. It's just a waste of a space here. So we don't have this date anymore. So instead of that, the date will be coming up here, the date. Now obviously this is a customer name, that's I don't have to explain. And then item description. So these are the description. I'm just showing you two examples here. So this is the simplest version, and this is a little bit complicated, like if you have more things going on. So please pay attention. I want you, both of you, to follow exactly the way it is. Like I have given you this as example, as a template. See what I get after a couple of weeks. This is what I get. It doesn't make any sense. Like it doesn't have any data. It's just mumbo jumbo. You guys have to follow this exactly. Otherwise, we can't work properly. Okay, this is very important. Accounting and then doing business, it's very important. Otherwise, what's the point of doing business if you don't know our numbers? Simple as that. So here I'm just going to explain here in a simple way. And obviously here there's no nothing new here. Here again it's a shop. Here the sold price. Previously we had two columns here. Here we had the sold item, the sold price, and the delivery charge we charge from the customer, and this the total. So as you can see here, this is the item price, and this is the delivery charge we charge from the customer, and this is the final price. So in the new sheet we don't need this two. We don't need two. Let's stick with one. So we just take only the final amount. So how are you going to get that final amount? Obviously when you go to a BigCommerce, you can get the total amount, so you don't need a breakdown here. So you get that. So you get the sold price. So the sold price is the final price you find on the BigCommerce. If you go to BigCommerce, if you go to your BigCommerce, you will find the final price there. Bear with me, the internet, it seems to be slow. Yeah, if you look at this, the final price will be, so this will be the final price. So you don't have to, you know, get the breakdown. The final price will be there. So final price is so including this 25 and this. So this is the final price. So you get that price and put that here, sold price. And then purchase price, obviously Janit gonna give this price. What's the price that he purchased this item? Okay, and then our delivery cost. Here we need to put our delivery cost. Remember, it's not the delivery cost for the item. This is our delivery cost. And here, delivered or pick up by who. And here I've done something good here, which is I've changed the text into drop down menu. So this way you can't just type anything here, mumbo jumbo. See, it won't work. You have to select a drop down menu. Okay, and therefore you can't muck around the sheet anymore. So you have to select here who's going to pick up or who's delivered this item. If Janit delivered, click Janit. If a customer pick up, customer pick up. If it's been delivered by someone else, like SpeedX or Fly, customer, Imran, all the information here. If you want to add one more here as a drop down, you let me know. But this is the only options we have. Janit gonna deliver, Imran, customer gonna pick up, or either Fly Courier or SpeedX or other courier. Okay, so everything is there. And when it's come to profit, you don't have to edit. It's actually going to do the calculation. The profit, obviously, the sold price minus this two. Total of this two. It's pretty simple. You don't have to work on that. It's gonna calculate automatically. Now pay attention here, it's very important. Payment mode. So what this means, this order's being delivered in cash. So the customer paid in cash. So make sure to select this in cash. Alright, and you need to select this in a cash. So if that goes to if paid by credit card, so this section means how much Janit received cash. How much Janit received cash. So I'm gonna write here for Keen, so she understands. All right. So this is the way Janit gonna get a cash. Janit gonna receive cash by Janit will receive cash from. Obviously, if Janit collect, if Janit delivered to the customer, obviously Janit collected the cash. And Imran, even though Imran collected the cash, Imran gonna give money back to Janit. So of course that will be back to Janit. And if a customer paid, of course that will be Janit as well. And if it's a Fly Courier, that also goes to Janit. And if it's other courier, that also goes to Janit. However, account won't go to Janit. Account will be like SpeedX. So this money, Janit will not receive this money because this courier pay me directly. So whatever we send it to SpeedX, Janit will not receive that cash. And the other thing is credit card. Credit card, it goes directly to my PayPal. So it won't go to Janit. So remember this one. So these are the, if you select this source, this is the important thing. So pay attention here. If Janit delivered here, it has to be cash here. If customer collect from it, it will be cash. Okay. And if Janit delivered, and customer paid by credit card. Alright, I'll explain to you here again. Okay, pay attention. So Janit will receive a cash from. So Janit will be receiving cash if he delivered an item, and this one is Imran is a driver, so he goes and delivered the item, and then he will bring cash and return to Janit again. So again is cash for Janit. A customer paying for Janit, that again the cash will come back to Janit. A fly courier is a courier company. They will deliver the item and collect the cash and then bring that cash back to Janit. And other courier, if Janit using any other courier service, they will deliver the item to the customer and collect the cash, and then will bring all the cash back to Janit. So if you look at this old 5 scenario, 5 options, all the cash will come to Janit hand. So that's why I said cash receive. It has to be cash here. And the other one is account. Janit won't receive that cash, because that goes to the account directly. So if you select SpeedX or credit cards, it won't go to Janit hand. So this is what this means. That's why it's 0 here. So if a customer paid by credit card, Janit is not going to receive that money to his hand. So cash receive, can even say Janit receive, if you want to make it a lot more clearer. So this is Janit cash receive. So think about it. So if Janit delivered this item, okay, and if customer paid in cash, so that money goes to Janit, right? However, if a customer paid in credit card, Janit will not receive that money. It has to be 0. And here again, if Janit again go to SpeedX, as I said to you here, SpeedX is the account. So the SpeedX company will not give money to Janit. It goes directly to my bank. So if Janit says SpeedX, that money won't go to Janit. Okay, so that's simple as that. So I'll just tell that again. If you find cash, Janit will have this. You should have this amount. That amount is exact this sold amount. So as you can see here, this is the formula. An exact amount Janit going to Janit going to receive the exact amount, right? This is the sold amount. So this is our price we are selling to a customer. So Janit going to receive that money. That's what we put it here. If it's a cash, again here, customer picked up from Janit, but customer paid for Janit. Why? Customer again, Janit, it's the cash who paid to Janit. So you put it here, a cash, and obviously because a customer paid in cash, exactly the same amount will be received. However, Janit delivered an item, but the customer paid in credit card. But that amount, if you select credit card, Janit can't receive that money. It goes directly to my PayPal. If Janit, however, if we delivered by SpeedX, as I said, SpeedX cannot be, Janit won't receive SpeedX money, so therefore it will be 0 again. So I hope you understand that, and if you have any confusion with that, let me know. Now here obviously what you have to do, I have here something called verified, not verified. So it's this is a Keen job. So I want Keen to put this data, okay, and before you move into the next one, make sure to you verify. So it will be like this, and you need to make sure it's verified, which means if I see this verify button, it's green, which means you have gone through this carefully and you verified it. So if you verified it, it shouldn't have any mistakes or whatsoever. Like, not like this mumbo jumbo. It's crazy. Like we don't know what's going on. So Keen, please, very important, you need to verify. So verify means you need to make sure you check this. If this order is there, what's the status on the big commerce, making sure. Sometimes some orders are cancelled here. See, this is the funny thing. Some orders are cancelled here, but the the order still here on the sheet. It should update, you know, it should update. So if an order is being cancelled, we don't receive cash from the customer, it's cancelled. So it should not reflect on this Excel sheet or whatsoever. Now here, as I said here, verify. You need to make sure it's verified. I think time is running off, just I'll make it quickly. And here, once you verify everything, you need to verify this section, making sure that everything is according to the right order. So you just do this just quickly and just making sure everything is verified, so all the numbers are correct. You have to do that, even though it just appear automatically, you have to do that. And now everything done, so I just click on verified. Obviously, you know, it's verified because I did it, so you have to select a verify, and then making sure everything is correct on here, like the date and all other numbers are correct. And if you show for the day everything you've done it before you go to bed, you have select, you have confirmed, which I will fix that. It will come, I have checked like that. I will fix that error. This is a small error here, but I will fix that one, don't worry. So before you go to bed or before you send it to me, it has to be like this. I have checked all. It has to be like this, in green color, which means you have went through everything and you verified everything and you confirmed this final number is the actual final number. It's not just a imaginative number. Here you have numbers which is imaginative. Nobody knows whether it's true, these numbers are true or not, because it's crazy. So it shouldn't be like that. And furthermore, when you move into this one, this is a little bit when you have different situations. Okay, this is one of the important requests from Keen. If the order is an RMA or cancelled, please mark this in this color, so we know these are the sales and these are the. I even told you from the beginning, like if you remember the first time template that I gave you, we have some stuff that cancelled or not delivered or RMA, we have marked in a different color. Okay, here now, as you can see, this is the RMA. Obviously, the sold price here, this is our delivery. So when we send an RMA to a customer, we charge from the customer for delivery. So this is the 25 for, but we purchased for this price. And here, obviously, this price is received by cash because it's delivered by Janet. And here, if it's a RMA, it has to be here, return to the shop or not return to the shop. So making sure you need to click that. It won't be verified, it will be not return or return. So you need to ask from Janet whether if the RMA return to the shop or not. RMA return to the shop means if Janet received the defective item and return to the shop again. Now here, so this one is a typical example of cancellation. So cancellation means we have an order, we actually purchase the order and we send it to the customer, as you can see by using Imran, but however customer cancelled. In that case, we have a loss of $90 because it's cancelled, but however we need to return that item, so that's why we need to have that. So everything you can copy, and so everything can be copy and paste. So you if anything like RMA, or if anything like this kind of if it's like a cancellation, you need to have this tab. If it's a sale, you need to have verified or unverified tab. Okay, please making sure that you have that. And finally, if it's expenses that not belongs to a deal, like a mobile charge, or in this sheet you have plenty of charges like that. Obviously I can find, I saw some expenses like sent for Sacenta, metro package, so and so forth. It has to be in blue color. As I said, it has to be in blue color. Yeah, so the video is over, so please you need to work on that until we get the exactly the same thing.